And when is the Elite Eight? I know the Elite Eight has to be on a. So if the game, say like if they start original, like the game, if the game is on Thursday, if the game is on Thursday, it'll be the whole. The, they mess up the, to me, the schedule. I don't like the scheduling, but whatever. It is what it is. The schedule is what it is. So I'm not tripping over. I'm not tripping over that. So be as it may. Now, as far as that goes, I mean, it should be a great fascinating weekend for college basketball. But the Elite Eight, I'm figuring is going to be either Monday or Tuesday. I could be wrong, but let's go. But before we close on the NCAA tournament, I just gotta say, how much of a I was a fool to pick North Carolina. I thought even though North Carolina, I didn't think didn't make the tournament. And honestly, after the year I have, I didn't expect them to make the tournament. But I picked them to go at least to the Final Four, at least to the Elite Eight, or at least the Final Four. But I knew going to Wisconsin, this is going to be a tough game against North Carolina. But I expect them to get beat down like that, and Wisconsin to get beat down like the way they did. And Texas, how you lose to a up and coming Kansas State Wildcats, or elbow Christian, whatever you want to call the school, honorable Christian, and Oral Roberts just stun Ohio State. That pretty much mess up the bracket. Then beat Florida. So this year NCAA tournament might be the craziest I have ever seen, because a lot of double digits seeds are headed are in the Sweet 16, which really saying something. And Gonzaga is still in the NCAA tournament. I'll tell you, once you get into the playoffs in any sport, anything can happen. Anything. I think after the Sweet 16, once the Final Four hits, rankings don't matter anymore. Rankings do not matter. Anyway. One last thing before we sign off. George Crane, the player from Grand Canyon University died. He died in a car accident. Family. It's when I saw it on ESPN, I didn't see that coming. I saw it this morning. I was like, I couldn't believe what happened I couldn't believe what happened with the player, the player that died today, Oscar Fryer, that died. He died in a highway, and he was killed in a highway crash in Florida. Which was really scary. And he was a senior basketball player, and he died on Tuesday in a medical examiner officially confirmed Thursday late afternoon. and Andrea Moore also died. His sister, the third name not yet released. After losing Iowa, so our condolences goes to his family, and it's really in this tragedy, But one more thing. As far as Boston, is the NBA for a second I thought the NBA was gonna do. I thought the NBA, when I saw the standings, when I saw the line under the 6, and I was thinking to myself, did you change the seed of the NBA? And I realized they didn't. So the Celtics are an 8 seed as we speak. And I'm like, if they guys, and I saw ESPN said, oh, Brad Stevens, he's responsible. The team is not performing because he's not performing the way he did. First of all, let's face it, Boston has not been the team since Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen. And Brad Stevens have done a sensational job. Yes, they got to the at some point they got to get over the hump. They've been to the Eastern Conference Finals, and they always come up short. Yes, but people need to calm down. But remember, Brad Stevens is a college coach. Let's keep that in mind, okay? Let's keep that in mind. And with that, that's going to do it for this edition of Drew Mania Live. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to listen to this episode again, please go to Spreaker.com, type the keyword Andrew L. Perry. Once again, go to Spreaker.com, type the keyword Andrew L. Perry. And also listen to my podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. Check your podcast listings or wherever you listen to your podcast. And always follow my show on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. Until next time, this is Andrew Perry always saying to you, shalom, let peace go with you, and I'll talk to you in the next Drew Mania Live. So long, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night, and enjoy your weekend, and always stay safe.